Today, the capital city of Monrovia, named after the 5th President of the United States, is an overcrowded city of 100,000. And like many American cities, it is waging a losing battle against downtown traffic jams. Monrovia's high society is fond of parades and elaborate funerals. In the regalia of their secret societies, like the Eastern Star of Africa, they resemble, except for color, the social elite of old Savannah. Most descend from the American settlers. They are Christian, speak English, and they are the ruling class. The majority of Liberians don't speak English. They worship tribal gods and occasionally practice ritual murder. They live in bush villages, scratch a living from the jungle, and have little to say about running the country. Liberia's constitution says it was founded to regenerate and enlighten this benighted continent. But today, it's still a country with a split personality, a black society with an integration problem.
What you see here in Liberia is purely Liberian. It is not American, it is not African. It is purely Liberian. Liberia came out of the antebellum culture of the South of 1820, which was a white culture. They become a cultural enclave surrounded by different culture with the exception of color. We sometimes think that color makes the fusion of cultures easy, and it does not. So that when you brought these two people together in Liberia, they had two absolutely different cultures. In spite of the fact everybody was rendering lip service to our colored brothers and so forth like that, the fact of it is they were two different people. And naturally there were to be frictions.
The frictions with the African tribesmen, or aborigines as the settlers called them, soon became a series of wars and uprisings. But gradually, the Americo-Liberians extended their settlements. They worked hard to create a society based on what they remembered of the old American South. But here, the Americo-Liberians were the landed gentry, and the native Africans were often treated as slaves. The first permanent building was usually a church. For the settlers, religion was not only a refuge, but a status symbol. And even today, the Liberians are fervid churchgoers.
The Bible says, even the sword of a hundred man's back, when Paul threw his hand behind his back, the Bible says he felt the sword had been healed by the power of God. That's the light from the lighthouse. That's the light from glory. God says, oh, children of God, that Jesus Christ, your God, is a my God. He must be himself. He has a spirit himself. Oh, you are his children. And the Bible says,
The Liberian elite are also admirers of pomp. The Marshal of the Supreme Court receives a special allowance of $600 a year just for his uniform.
And they shall be heard. God save the Republic and this honorable court. Court takes recess until call.
In accordance with the request, the lease was negotiated, but the name of...
There's an elaborate court system based on our own. But except for serious offenses, most Liberians still live under tribal law administered by their chiefs. Nevertheless, the court dockets are overcrowded. Lawsuits are a favorite Liberian pastime.
There to live thereon for a considerable period of time.
Historically, Liberia has always been ruled by an oligarchy of a relatively few wealthy and politically potent families. But today, all the real power is in the hands of one remarkable man.
There goes my soldier boy,
William V. Shadrach Tubman, 19th President of Liberia. First elected in 1943, he had the Constitution changed so he could succeed himself. He is a Methodist lay preacher and a superb politician. At age 74, he's still considered something of a swinger.
So firm and strong, they've made a name in history, and that's why I'm so proud to see that my own boys marching there.
Like most politicians, the president likes to picture himself as a small-town boy, but his roots are deep in the Americo-Liberian establishment. His father's side of the family came from Atlanta, and his mother from Augusta, Georgia.
Give me some of that right there.
When the president attends a party, the menu usually includes barbecued pork, fried chicken, hot biscuits, and rice with red gravy. A selection that would make even Lester Maddox feel right at home. Because of Tubman's absolute power, the game of making points with the president is one of the most profitable occupations in Liberia. The president once served in the army, and the song "Old Soldiers Never Die" has become a sort of personal anthem.
Thank you, gentlemen.